And I am here with Brent Yekisa, active member of Messiah since 2006, 2007, about that time period, so a long time. And he's one of the people that I wanted to talk to about transformation of faith. Hello, Brent.
Hi, Pastor Carl.
And we've been talking before that. That's why I'm laughing, because we've been getting ready for this. Hey, Brent, I want to start with baptism. Kind of where our faith starts, and just let us know where your faith started in baptism and when, and what your early faith life looked like.
So baptism for me was within 3 months of birth. At Christ Lutheran Church in Heath, Ohio. My mom is and was the organist there. My mom and dad were very active members at Christ Lutheran Church prior to me being born. I was raised in that church. My mom still lives back home in Heath. So worship for us was an every Sunday thing. We were going to be there every Sunday faithfully. I ended up being confirmed at Christ Lutheran Church, typical age 7th or 8th grade. And, enjoyed that upbringing. And it's certainly been a part of my life throughout my life and at the present.
And one of the things you said to me that was that you didn't really have a problem going in high school because you had friends that went, and it was expected that you would go, and it was easier to go than not go. And it wasn't a bad gig, huh?
Yeah. So my mom and dad both grew up in the Lutheran Church. My grandfather on my mom's side was a Lutheran pastor. My dad's parents happened to be Lutheran. I didn't struggle going as a teenager. I think 10, 11, or 12 is probably when I struggled most. I wouldn't want to go. And my dad would say, well, if you don't go, you're not going to go outside and shoot baskets. You're not going to do some of the other various things that you enjoy. Just like you wouldn't do those if you didn't go to school. So after 1 or 2 conversations with him about that, it was pretty quick to figure out that, okay, we're going to grin and bear it and go. But for the most part, I enjoyed church. But as a teenager, it was still pretty easy for me to go because I had 3 or 4 friends that were in confirmation class with me that were lifelong members of the church, that were some of my best friends. Most of them went to my school. They went to Heath. One girl that I'm still friends with went to the neighboring school, Lakewood. But we were a close-knit group, and I knew that they were going to be there almost every Sunday, if not every Sunday. And to be able to sit with them, hang out, see them, made it nice. If I didn't have those relationships, maybe going to church would have been something I would have tried to opt out of. But again, it was the expectation. And I'm grateful that my parents instilled that in me. And I'm grateful to have the friends that I had then that are still lifelong friends.
Yeah, and what I hear, and from our longer conversation that the congregation doesn't get to hear, is that that's a theme that's carried through in your life too. I mean, that church is a place where you see people and you like, and that's a part of what you look forward to on Sunday morning is catching up with people, worshiping next to them, having coffee with them afterwards, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly true. I mean, that's maybe the one thing I missed in the midst of the pandemic, understanding that we haven't been able to gather at various times and shouldn't have gathered at various times. But what drew me to Messiah Lutheran back in 06 or 07 when Amy and I got married was, unlike maybe a few other places, we were welcomed pretty quickly. At times as a church, we could do that better. I'm terrible at welcoming guests, so I need to do better at that. But the church was very welcoming. We made friends quickly and easily. We have lifelong friends at the church now. And I do enjoy, whether it's sharing the peace, whether it's just giving somebody a hug, catching up, talking about, their kids' lives or what's going on in our lives. Some of the people that worship Messiah are my best friends. And even in the midst of the pandemic, I've been able to stay in contact with them. But yeah, the thing that I get the most joy out of is knowing the people, being in relationship with people, and whether that's Sunday or it's the Wednesday adult classes that I've been active participating in. I just enjoy the community that we have. And I think that allows me to be a better version of myself, because I get to become friends with people that I may not otherwise interact with at other places. And so, I'm just grateful for the relationships that I have at the church.
I think, and one of the things that what do you hope for that being part of the church and being careful in your faith? Because I think that's who you are. I think for people who don't know, you have a son and a daughter. Well, you can introduce your family, and then and you've it's important for all four of you guys to be at church.
Yeah, so married, my wife's Amy. Many of you would know Amy, and for those that don't, she works at Children's Hospital, and she's made it same commitment with me that faith is going to be a part of our marriage and part of our family. We have a 12-year-old daughter, Aubrey, that's read occasionally. She's in the midst of confirmation. She was baptized at Messiah Lutheran. Our son, Evan, is 8. He's a second grader. He's also was baptized at Messiah Lutheran. What we want is what we have. We want Aubrey and Evan to know that there are good people out there that care about them. We want them to have faith. We want them to have friends, safe people to interact with. We want them to be able to have people that they can turn to, whether it's friends their age, like Aubrey in confirmation, or whether it's leaders that are teaching confirmation or that have taught Sunday school, or just somebody that's of an older generation that's a friendly face that they've known. We want them to feel welcomed. We want them to maybe be able to turn to somebody and have meaningful conversations that perhaps they feel uncomfortable talking to us about. And I know whether that's the confirmation leaders, whether that's friends that we have that are our ages, or friends that we have that are older with different backgrounds, that Aubrey and Evan have that and will have that. And then Amy and I want to be able to have that too. We want to have people in our lives that support us, to help us be better, to give us perspective that we wouldn't otherwise have. And then we also want to be there for other people. We hope to be people that are caring and compassionate, that can listen and be supportive of people in their time of need, like the church has been there for us.
So you and Amy are people that have made an investment in the church, and you're hoping that you shared good ways that you hope that makes a difference for your family and for the church. I love, at the end that you're part of this bargain too, that you and Amy want to be servants for your brothers and sisters, just like you hope that they are servants for you. What do you get out of it, Brendan? If you were going to tell a friend who church wasn't a part of their life, or faith in God wasn't a part of their life, what are you hoping to get out of this?
Well, I think, I go to get a good message. I oftentimes sermons throughout my life, whether I was a teenager or a 40-year-old adult, sermons make me think critically. They maybe make me think about areas that I'm off base and I should kind of reconsider and become better. They reinforce things that I'm doing right and that I should do more of. I think they make me more humble. I think it makes me kinder and more compassionate. What I want to get out of church is just being a better version of myself. I want to be able to take what I learned in church, and I've been doing this, I think, in the last year or two much more faithfully, but I want to go out into the world and have people see me for being a caring, compassionate person. I want to be the patient person in the line or at the restaurant or on the roadway. I want to be just a safe person out in the world that's trying to do good things and be a good person to other people. And so for me, the church has lifted me up in times of sadness, and the church has made me think critically in times of maybe arrogance or times of lacking compassion. And so when I don't go to church regularly, I kind of feel what I call, a little bit dirty. I feel that I've kind of gone astray. So it's a good place for me to recenter. And it's a place for me to meet people and interact and have friends that are different than me, that I might not otherwise interact with if I just went to work and went to the ball games and whatever that my kids are doing. So I guess those are the things that I want out of it. And then I hope to try to be a lot of those same things for people that I interact with. So to me, it's just a place that I know, our family can have friends and make good memories and try to figure out how we can be our best selves and do the most, shine Christ's light in the world.
Yeah, this is it's wonderful. I appreciate it, and I hope people that that are watching tonight will be able to find some hope in that, in the commitment that you can make to your faith. And not only is it pleasing to God, I like what you said, it makes us our best selves. What I like to say, God's hope for us. Thanks, Brent, for talking to us tonight. I appreciate you taking the time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.